Every day presents a choice. Take control or remain where you are. Many people stay in the same place and leave not because they lack potential, but because they wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the right feeling, the day when everything aligns. But that moment rarely arrives. Life is messy, unpredictable, and constantly in motion. Waiting only delays your growth. The truth is, success isn't handed to anyone. It doesn't come to those who wish for it or talk about it. It comes to those who act. Real progress is made by those who push forward, even when they're uncertain, even when they're tired, even when they feel like giving up. That's the difference between staying stuck and breaking through. Think about your goals. Think about the life you want. Now ask yourself, are your daily actions aligned with that vision? If not, it's time to shift. It's time to take full responsibility for the life you're building. The secret isn't in massive change, it's in consistent, small action. Each day is an opportunity to do a little better. Each moment offers a chance to say yes to growth. The hardest part of any journey is the beginning. Before you take that first step, your mind fills with doubt. You question your abilities, your timing, and your readiness. But here's what you must understand. Nobody starts out feeling ready. Readiness is a result of motion. When you move forward, you gain clarity. When you act, you gain momentum. It's not the other way around. Action is a powerful antidote to fear. Fear thrives in silence and inaction. When you take even the smallest step, you disrupt fear's grip. You prove to yourself that you can move forward, that you can make progress. Every time you show up, you build evidence that you are capable. And over time, that builds confidence, real, unshakable confidence born from doing the work. We often overestimate what we can do in a short time and underestimate what we can achieve over the long haul. Big dreams don't require giant leaps. They require steady steps. If you can take one small step today, you can take another tomorrow. That's the process. That's how transformation happens. Not in bursts, but in layers. Not in moments of hype, but in moments of quiet, disciplined action. Some people believe that talent is the key to success, but talent without effort is wasted. The people who rise to the top are not necessarily the most gifted. They're the most determined. They're the ones who keep going long after others have stopped. They're the ones who stay focused while others are distracted. They understand that discipline is the great equalizer. Discipline isn't glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's effective. It means showing up when it's hard, following through on commitments, and doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. That's the foundation of every meaningful achievement. Excuses are easy. They feel comforting. They allow us to delay, to avoid, to pretend we're not ready. But every excuse is a brick in the wall that separates you from your potential. The more you make them, the higher that wall becomes. And one day, you'll look up and realize you've built your own prison. The way out? Action. Always action. Small steps dismantle that wall, one brick at a time. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to begin. Pick one thing. Do it today, not tomorrow today. Because when you act today, you move your life forward. You send a message to your future self that you are willing to fight for something better. Think about how you spend your time. Time is the only resource you can't get back. Each day is either an investment or a loss. Are you investing in your growth, your health, your dreams? Or are you spending your time on distractions, doubts, and delays? There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when nothing seems to work, days when progress feels invisible. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that test your commitment. If you can show up when it's hard, you've already won. Because most people give up too soon. They stop digging just before they strike gold. Don't be one of them. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to believe that effort isn't paying off. But success is a delayed reward. You don't see the results right away. You have to trust the process. You have to believe that the work you're putting in will compound over time. Because it will. Your brain is always learning. It watches what you do and draws conclusions. If you give up easily, your brain learns that quitting is acceptable. If you push through, Your brain learns that you are resilient, that you are the kind of person who finishes what you start. Be that person. Be the one who keeps going. Be the one who doesn't need applause, who doesn't wait for ideal conditions, who doesn't stop because it's hard. Be the one who shows up. Every day you act, you write your story. Make it a story of courage, of action, of effort. Don't let fear narrate your life. Don't let hesitation hold the pen. Grab control. Decide who you want to be, and prove I-tone decision at a time. Let today be a turning point. Let today be the start of a new chapter. Not because you waited for the perfect moment, but because you created one. Because you refused to let another day slip away unused. You're capable of more than you think. But you won't find that out by thinking, you'll find it out by doing. Take action, not later. Now, make today count. And when tomorrow comes, do it again. Let's talk about momentum. When you take action consistently, you begin to build something far greater than a result. You build rhythm, and rhythm removes resistance. What once felt like a mountain begins to feel like a habit. It becomes part of you. And once your effort becomes automatic, progress is inevitable. That's why the people who succeed are not necessarily more intelligent or more talented. They simply decided to keep moving. They understood that it's not about doing everything perfectly, but about not stopping when it gets difficult. They knew that action leads to clarity, clarity leads to confidence, and confidence leads to transformation. Let's be honest, waiting feels safe. It feels like control. But in reality, it's the slowest form of failure. It's procrastination wearing a disguise. The only way to know if something works is to try. The only way to grow is to stretch, to take the step, to face the discomfort and push through anyway. How many times have you said tomorrow? How many opportunities have slipped away because you hesitated? How much longer will you wait to live the life you were meant to create? There is no shortcut past action. Success is earned through effort repeated daily. One workout doesn't make you fit. One investment doesn't make you wealthy. One article doesn't make you a writer. But all of them repeated consistently, that's how change happens. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. Understand this. Your mind is not always your ally. It will whisper doubts. It will replay failures. It will convince you that you're not enough. But you are not your thoughts. You are the one who decides whether or not to obey them. When you feel tired, act. When you feel scared, act. When you feel uncertain, act. Because action creates the very motivation you're waiting for. Discipline is a gift you give to your future self. It is the decision to do what's right now so you can experience what's great later. Most people sacrifice the future for the present. They trade long-term success for short-term comfort. But if you reverse that, if you accept discomfort today, you unlock freedom tomorrow. Look at any high achiever in history. Behind their victories are thousands of quiet days of doing the work, of showing up, of pushing through. They weren't just dreaming, they were building. You have that same power. Each day you have a choice. Do you step forward into growth or backward into comfort? The results you desire are on the other side of that choice. And the beauty is you get to make that choice again every morning. The clock is ticking, not to rush you, but to remind you that time is your most valuable asset. Don't spend it wondering what if. Spend it creating the answer. Let your life be the evidence of your effort. Let your results be the proof that you refuse to quit. Let the story you live inspire the ones still stuck in silence. The world needs people who move, who rise, who act. Be that person. So what will you do with today? Will you scroll? Will you sit still? Or will you create? Will you take the first step even, if it's small? Don't underestimate what small steps can do. A single degree of change can shift the course of an entire life. If you keep adjusting, keep showing up, keep believing, your life will transform. And when you look back years from now, it won't be one day that made the difference. It will be the compound effect of all the ordinary days when you chose to keep going. So start now, and don't stop. Your future is waiting for you to build I-tone step, one choice, one disciplined day at a time. Success isn't built on intense bursts of effort, it's built on what you do repeatedly, on how you treat your time when nobody's watching, on how you show up when the mood isn't there. This is the foundation of every great achievement. Let's talk about habits. Habits are the architects of your future. Every day you reinforce a pattern, either a pattern that builds the life you want or one that keeps you stuck. Which one are you feeding? If you wake up and choose growth, you win. If you read, learn, train, act, you win. Maybe not in visible ways, not instantly, but compound growth never looks impressive at first. It's quiet, subtle, invisible, until it's undeniable. Imagine if you made one powerful decision today, something small but intentional. Then imagine doing that every day for a year. That's 365 steps forward. That's how legacies are made. Not by waiting for lightning to strike, but by building your own thunder slowly and surely. You'll have days when it feels pointless, days where you wonder if all the effort is even worth it. But that's a trick your mind plays when it's uncomfortable. It craves immediate feedback, quick wins. But mastery doesn't reward the impatient. It rewards the persistent. Every expert was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once stumbled through their words. Every runner once gasped for air on their first mile. What separates them from the rest is that they didn't stop. They didn't listen to the inner critic. They just kept going. The real battle isn't against the world. It's against the part of you that wants to quit, that wants to stay comfortable, that whispers, maybe tomorrow. Silence that voice with action. Drown it out with repetition. Prove it wrong every single day. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stopped negotiating with excuses? If you simply did the thing every time, regardless of how you felt? Success doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you're willing to do. It doesn't reward intention. It rewards consistency. The people who rise are the ones who stay in motion, even when no one's watching, even when the applause is gone, even when results are invisible. That's the paradox. When you no longer need proof to act, you become unstoppable. When you act because it's who you are, not because it feels good, you begin to change everything. Every excuse steals a piece of your momentum, and the more you justify delay, the further your goals drift into the distance. But every action, no matter how small, brings them closer. Don't let temporary feelings create permanent regret. Don't let this week become another wasted one. Use it, shape it, own it. Start where you are, with what you have. Do what you can, but don't wait, because the longer you wait to start, the further you push the life you want. Let this be your wake-up call, not to overwhelm you, but to empower you. The distance between you and your dreams isn't measured in miles, it's measured in action. You don't need a guarantee. You need grit. You don't need certainty. You need courage. You don't need to be perfect. You need to persist. So take the step, and then another, and another. Because when you look back 1 year from now, you won't remember the doubt, you'll remember the progress. You'll remember that this was the day you stopped waiting and started building. Make this the day your future self thanks you for. Keep going. Keep rising. Keep showing up. You are capable of more than your current results suggest, but potential is only revealed through effort. Every time you avoid the hard thing, you teach your brain that quitting is acceptable. But every time you follow through, you build a new identity, one rooted in strength and resilience. Stop living in your head. Stop overthinking your next move. Action is the most powerful form of clarity. You will learn more by trying and failing than by analyzing and waiting. Start the messy version. Speak before you're ready. Move before you feel qualified. The truth is, no one feels ready when they start. Readiness is a myth. Progress is what prepares you. You become ready by doing, not by waiting. Look around. There are people less qualified than you, doing the things you want to do, not because they're better, but because they started. They gave themselves permission to try. You can do the same. Don't wait for perfect conditions. There's no such thing. Your growth starts the moment you commit. The moment you stop saying maybe later and start saying, why not now? Start the workout. Make the call. Launch the project. Write the first page. Say yes to growth. And then do it again tomorrow. Because the magic isn't in doing something once, it's in doing it over and over until the world can't ignore your progress. You are building a legacy, even if it doesn't look like it yet. Every disciplined day is another brick in the foundation. You don't have to be extreme, just consistent. And when you're consistent long enough, the results become extreme. There will be pain, pain of effort, pain of discipline, pain of sacrifice. But do you know what's worse? The pain of regret, the pain of what if. That pain stays with you far longer. You are writing your future with every small decision. Whether you scroll or study, delay or begin, quit or commit, the compound effect of your choices is shaping your reality. The question is, are you shaping it with intention? Start now, not for motivation, but for momentum, because momentum is stronger than emotion. And once you start moving, your brain starts working with you, not against you. Keep showing up on the good days, and especially on the hard days. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. You're not waiting on a breakthrough. You're building one through repetition, through resolve. Trust the process. Let the results come in their own time. Focus on what you can control. Your action, your effort, your attitude. The rest will follow. Success isn't an event. It's a lifestyle, a mindset, a commitment to act in alignment with who you want to become. So be relentless, be disciplined, be courageous, and above all, be consistent. Because in the end, it's not the smartest or the fastest who win. It's the ones who refuse to stop. Every single day is a gift. Don't waste it in hesitation. Don't drown it in distraction. Build something with it. Invest it. Honor it. Take the next step, then the next, and don't stop. This is how change happens. This is how success is built. This is how your future is created. One powerful day at a time. One of the greatest truths you'll ever embrace is this: you don't need permission to change your life. You don't need to be chosen. You don't need approval from others. The moment you choose to act is the moment you reclaim power. Far too many people are waiting for signs, for external validation, for someone to say, "You're ready." But what if no one ever says it? What if that permission never comes? Do you stay where you are forever? You weren't born to stay stuck. You were born to build, to evolve, to rise. But growth requires action. Dreams require discipline. Vision means nothing without execution. Imagine your future self 5 years from now watching the choices you make today. Would they thank you? Or would they ask why you wasted so much time waiting? You're not going to feel inspired every day. That's normal. What matters is what you do on the uninspired days. That's where champions are made. That's where real change is forged, not in the highlight moments, but in the quiet grind behind the scenes. You build belief by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll do it," and follow through, you strengthen your self-trust. You send a message to your mind: I am reliable. I finish what I start. And that matters more than talent, more than intelligence. Because the most successful people in the world aren't always the most gifted. They're the most consistent. The ones who show up even when it's raining, even when no one is watching, even when the odds look impossible. Those people, they win. You can become one of them. Not by waiting, not by wishing, but by deciding. Your excuses might sound reasonable. They often do. But reasonable excuses still lead to unreasonable regret. And regret, unlike discomfort, lingers. It grows. It echoes. So choose discomfort now. Choose growth now. Choose action now. The habits you build today are designing your future, whether you're aware of it or not. Every minute you spend intentionally is a seed. The harvest doesn't come right away, but it always comes. The people who succeed don't have more time. They just use their time differently. They see every day as a chance to move forward, no matter how small the step may be. Small steps build unshakable confidence, and confidence fuels bigger action, which fuels greater results, which transforms your reality. This is how you change your life. Not with one epic move, but with relentless commitment, with quiet discipline, with daily action. So close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, what do I want? Now open them and ask, what am I doing today to move toward that? That gap between your desires and your actions is where your potential lives. Close the gap with execution. Let your calendar reflect your goals. Let your habits echo your values. Let your effort tell the world you're serious. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is what you're doing each day. So stop waiting. Start building. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not unqualified. You're just one decision away from momentum. Make that decision now. Here's something that will change the way you look at effort forever. Energy spent in the right direction is never wasted, even when results seem small, even when no one else sees it. Because every action is shaping you. Every choice is reinforcing your identity. You're not just working toward goals, you're becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone more capable. And that change isn't always visible in the mirror, but it's real. It shows up in how you handle stress, how you pursue challenges, how you bounce back from failure. This is why action is so powerful. It's not just about achieving something, it's about evolving into someone who no longer tolerates mediocrity, someone who shows up differently, someone who no longer makes excuses. And the truth is, success doesn't always feel like success. Sometimes it feels like discipline, like discomfort, like showing up tired and still getting it done. But on the other side of that effort is pride, the deep satisfaction of knowing you didn't let the day slip through your fingers. You showed up, and that's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Everyone has dreams, few have drive. Everyone has goals, few have grit. Everyone wants change, few are willing to change. Which one are you? Don't let temporary emotions define your long-term outcome. Don't let resistance be louder than purpose. Your purpose is valid. Your dream is worth it, but you have to protect it. With discipline, with habits, with action. That's how you earn results. Not overnight, but over time. Through sweat, through sacrifice, through the decision to keep going long after the excitement has worn off. So on the days when motivation fades, remember, action still works. And even small action keeps the fire alive. Every step you take forward makes quitting harder. That's momentum. That's power. Stack enough of those steps, and soon you'll look back and be amazed by how far you've come. Because it was easy, but because you refused to stop. The journey is never about perfection. It's about persistence. It's not about inspiration, it's about identity. It's not about hype, it's about habits. So take the step, again and again, until your daily actions become proof that you were always capable. You just needed to begin. Now go build the life you keep thinking about. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. It starts with a single action, right now. Because when all is said and done, it won't be the thoughts you had that define your life, it will be the actions you took. Your legacy won't be built on what you dreamed about, but on what you dared to do. And you can begin that legacy right now. This is your time. Take it.